Yeah.
Um, I asked a question before. What and this is a question for everyone that's listening right now as well. We want to hear your feedback. This is a question for everyone. What is the worst advice that you've ever received?
Mm.
Because, I receive some things now, me being a financially responsible, pretty high credit score individual I am, college graduate that's working hard.
Speak
It
it.
was it was one of those things that I was taught, not just several times. You don't pay a bill until you get the disconnect notice.
Oh no.
But and once again, you know how many kids are taught that?
Too
Hold on.
many.
Okay, let's jump to this message right here.
Let's see.
I agree with that. I feel like we're a byproduct by our community, and like as much as our parents try to mold us into, you know, capable adults or, young adults, the community and the people that we keep around us affects who we become too.
Mm,
And so a lot of our raising, being raised is happens in like school and like your friends and stuff like that. It's the company you keep.
mm-hmm. Your play
Nice.
friends, your playgrounds, and your playthings. R.I.P. Mama dear.
Mm.
Facts.
Listen. Man, so what's the worst advice I've ever had? I hate when people say kill people with kindness even if they fucked you over.
Mm,
I'm not giving you nothing if you ever do me dirty. You got one time to show me your butt, and I'ma dismiss you. I'ma delete your existence in my mind mentally, emotionally. I'm going to see you and say nothing, see you feel nothing. If you are on fire, I want to spit on you, and that's just how I am.
mm. Okay, I heard that. I hear that. Okay. On fire. Okay. Don't. Okay. Let me write this down. Don't cross Shannon.
I, I I just realized what forgiving does for people, but at the same time, that's my nephew snoring. At the same time, I just I think forgiving people who repeatedly don't get better or change their behavior is now enabling. It's not being forgiving. It's not being patient. It's not being willing to. It's you're enabling them to continue their foolery, which they're going to continue on other people. So until you show them lessons in their behavior, that will never change.
Mm, okay. I see it. Okay. Let's see what these messages. So once again, what's the worst advice that y'all ever received before?
Mm.
I can't really think of I
Okay.
can't really think of any bad advice that I've gotten. But I will say that something that I've experienced is lack of molding, where I
Ah.
feel like maybe my parents were very focused on themselves, and it was almost like parenting did not happen.
Mm.
And there were never real conversations that would have helped me moving forward. But luckily, I had people in my life who were attentive enough to realize that, there's something wrong there. So let me guide her. And so I feel like, I've been able to manage well, but I can't say that it was because of my parents. It's because I was able to learn through fortunate and unfortunate events that have molded me, if that makes sense.
I agree. I am the same way. My mom never believed in discipline. She had five of us. Living in a house where her was like living in like a jungle of if you want to eat and you want people to respect you, you fight them until somebody's bleeding. And she would
Mm.
be sitting there crocheting or sewing and not. And my father was very like, you know where I'm at, come see me. You know my number, you call me. I'm not supposed to do that. And so with both of them, how they parented or did not parent, they kind of like benefited off of me not being the trouble kid, or they benefited off of me being goal oriented, or they benefited off of me not being the kid that wanted to be in the streets and get in trouble and just get into things. They were like, okay, we have a kid we don't got to worry about. She don't need much. We got to make sure she got the basics, but she's very independent. At the same time, okay, I'm glad that was my personality, but some children become better adults by better guidance as parenting. And if you have a good child and you don't nurture those details that is within your child that want to be, I remember craving being disciplined and I couldn't get it. I remember somebody to come check me, doing things spitefully so you can see me, so you can come check me. And we see it today of women, teenagers that turn into women who are just out here acting ridiculous.
Hey, I was going to ask you that. Do you do that in your relationships though?
No.
Okay, good.
When I was in my 20s, if we argue in the car, I would get out and I would slam the door for a reaction. And then I had to
learn. Let me tell you.
Oh no.
The reaction you would have had with me. Go ahead.
I said, this man gonna put this thing in park and he gonna run up and he gonna tell me, don't slam my door. He's gonna tell me, you were being disrespectful. Let me talk to you in this way. Or, I had to learn in a relationship that I had in college.
So you did used to do it though. That's why I asked. You did
do
it.
I was saying I don't do it now.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm talking about did you do? Ooh, shucks.
Yeah, like when I was younger, yeah, I did it for reactions because can't nobody check me. I ain't never been checked. You're not about to do anything. Even growing up in a house of older brothers, the way that we checked each other was we fought. We broke things. We threw knives. It got ridiculous.
Okay. I love this. This is elevating. Because this is going into more relationships because it's not only words advice, because that's a culture. Same thing. Yeah. I'm learning try not to curse at my wife so much because I grew up in a household that people loved each other, but they cursed a lot, Mm-hmm. And she didn't know how to handle it all the time because, why are you cursing at me? I'm like, you cursing me? I'm not cursing you out. I'm just cursing. That's my thing. But you have to understand when you get in a relationship with somebody else too. And I've talked to girls that used to do this shit she used to do, and I knew it. I knew something must have happened. They trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm a little bit wiser than some guys. Like if you slam my door, I'm driving off on you. I'm going to have you think, and I'm cold or not, cold blooded as it is. Me, you go learn how to act better with me. I ain't gonna come out. I'm not going to incriminate myself over you. I'm not.
I had a boyfriend when I was 18. He was 26.
Oh Lord.
And, he was gonna go pick up something illegal, and I wanted to just ride with him. And something he said to me, and I caught an attitude, and I put my feet up on his dashboard in the car, and he was like, "Put your feet down," and I kept like kicking the dashboard. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take you home." And he took me home, got to the cul-de-sac. I got out, and he was like, "Now you could stand there, you could think about it, and then if I feel like it, I might come pick you up and we can go. But if I don't feel like it and you're gonna have an attitude, then just go in the house." And it was childish things like that you have to be like, okay, yeah, I deserve this because I'm not about to be driving around nobody but no attitude, thinking about to disrespect my things and my vehicle and just ride. And he came back and my attitude was checked. And if I feel like if I got checked as a teenager or as a little girl to respect other people's things just because I'm not getting my way, he wouldn't have to do that. So there's just certain things that I grew out of, and I dealt with different personalities and relationships to have a disagreement with somebody I'm in a relationship with and know that I don't have to raise my voice to get my point across.
Mm-hmm.
And have a man say to me in a respectful manner, I don't have to cuss you out. I don't even have to use cuss words. But what I'm about to tell you before we even discuss what
Hey,
I talk about, you're not gonna talk over me, and you're not gonna raise your voice. And if you're
I'm gonna
gonna raise
show you
your
better than I can tell you. That's all I would say. I'm gonna show my actions speak louder than my words.
that's all he had to say is we not about to raise no voices in here. And the
Nah, he had
moment,
to leave you. He had to leave. He had to. You wouldn't. You just said you wouldn't learn. Trust me. And that's how I
yeah,
feel with some things. It's like I'm thankful I've grown with my significant other, but I know some other women that I'm like, ooh, they didn't had daddy issues. Like, hold on, I'm gonna get into this one another story. Hold on, let's play this. Let's play these. Hey y'all, we here.
So, I mean, I don't have kids, but I would say, when you guys are saying like your parents are not your role models, I would say that there are aspects of my parents that I find inspiring, but maybe like in their careers or whatever. But other than that, I can't really say that I feel that way. Or there are a lot of things that I feel I would do completely different as a parent, especially when it comes down to truly communicating and having that closeness with my kids, where it's a genuine trust and a genuine reliance where they can actually come to me and it's real, and it's a genuine thing that happens. Especially also having real conversations with them as well.
I let my kids talk to me about everything. Like, I've had Anya ask me, like, why don't you live with a man? Why
Mm,
don't you live, Ari's dad or my dad? And I'm just like, sometimes people are better separate. I have to feel like I could be a better parent to you not living in the same house as your father because he's not mature. And that, I feel, is a mature way to explain to a child that you don't have to be in a relationship with the person that you have a child with if it doesn't work. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, I'm not a believer in staying for children and being
mm,
toxic, showing examples of a horrible relationship for the sake of a child seeing their mom and dad in the same household, because I've seen it, and that made me not want marriage.
mm. Okay, okay. All right,
I
so
think for me, the worst advice was don't let people see your weakness. Don't let people see you cry.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, like, I was young and I did that. I didn't let people see me cry. So I cried when I was behind doors. And that carried on to my adult life. And that fucked me up. Like, I mean, I'm not there anymore. I moved past it. I've learned to work through my shit. But, like, there was a bit of my life where I was just stuck in myself. And man,
Mm.
Well, for me, I was the only child, well, pretty much for a long time until my mom had got remarried.
Mm.
And I'm almost 30 and I have a 16-year-old sister. But
Wow.
nevertheless,
she's the only child too.
my situation basically is my mother is a narcissist. So that was a very interesting and still is a very interesting dynamic. So I chose to live with my dad when I was like in 8th grade. So really after that I was really raised by him. And even when she had full custody, I still kind of felt like my dad had more of a role, but that's a lot of responsibility to put on a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you are a teenage girl growing up. So, yeah. Like, I'm not so
Damn,
angry
bro.
with him because I feel like he was not ready, but at the same time, there are still things he could do.
Mm.
Girls, teenage girls are not easy.
They're not easy, and I always wondered, like, who would I be personality wise if I was raised by my dad in Philadelphia? I'd probably be a stripper.
Whoa. Hey. Well, you got your OnlyFans going, so
Yo, what's up? You know what it is.
what's up, Kevin?
Okay,
Yes.
about what you were saying. She gets it. I believe what you're saying, but it does kind of fall back to like, for me, it falls back to like, are you just naturally that kind of person? You know what I mean? Because I think you can be naturally shy and submissive, and you can be naturally just off the chains and like, man, I don't give a fuck what you say or what you do. I'm gonna just do what I want to do. Yeah, you'll mature after that, but there is a dynamic where I think some people are just who they are. So like you just off the you just off the chains. You just, you know what I'm saying, you outspoken, like you just, you know what I'm saying, you just got a little wildness in you. Yeah, you could have been checked, but some people get checked a whole lot in their youth, and they just don't. They just, it's just not in their nature to flip.
See, I like what you're saying. I got some comments and some conversations in a second, but
Mhm.
back in the day, I used to usually really think, man, should I become a pimp? But we'll listen to this message right here, man. Okay, let's see, let's see.
And to hit this note, like my parenting challenge, to be real with y'all, is being strict enough and being hard on them, but not breaking them, because it's like it seems like kids are so
That's
vulnerable
the
and fragile these days. Like I don't ever want to be in a position or the situation where they're too fragile and they do some, like the whole preteen and teen suicide rate are like like skyrocketed just since the last 5, 8 years. So it is a balance for me. Is just put my foot in their ass, but then not going all the way, because
thing.
these kids are fragile these days,
Yep.
especially with the
Oh,
internet and their non-exposure to stuff, and it's just not. They ain't have it like we did when we was coming up. They
yeah.
ain't get the we ain't have a bullying campaign
Yes, we did.
Listen.
when we was coming up. We just got
And
bullied.
Right.
you had to
Um,
fight. We had bullying campaigns and videos and stuff like that. And you just had to whoop his ass, his or her ass. That was the thing. But and now we have a president that was a bully, and that was a whole ordeal. Thankfully, he's out now. He's getting out. But with Kevin trying to say, you don't put the whole foot in the ass. You put like half. Okay.
I struggle with
Um,
much with these girls because I wasn't raised to be
to
as
be
soft.
soft. I
You
knew
know,
you was about to say to be soft.
they they are soft. I could talk to them a certain way, and it's like tears. Like I just stomped
And
on them, and I'm
And
just
that's why I
like,
don't want a daughter. I want a girl, but I'm soft. Like if I know I'm gonna be soft on the girl, because if she start crying, I'm gonna start crying with her. I already know that.
listen. Even like every time a birthday comes up, especially from a 6-year-old, it turns into an apology. Like her birthday card turns into an apology. Like, you know what?
Wow.
I'm enjoying, like, even her birthday card. I have it right here. Her birthday is on Thursday. I got her a birthday card. Her sister got her birthday card, and it slightly turns into an apology. Like, I'm enjoying you growing up. um I It's exciting to see you figure out new things, but at the same time, I want to apologize if I don't come off the way that you expect me to be, if I'm not soft enough, or if I'm not this. Personality wise, I don't know how to be otherwise. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to give you a balanced version of the parent you need. Because it's kind of like I don't feel like I can lean on her dad to pick up half of this parenting thing because he's immature. So I feel like I have to do both. I have to discipline her and I have to be fun with her, but I have to find like a medium. And some days I feel like because it's not balanced time between her dad and me,
Mhm.
I'm the bad guy and her dad
Dun,
is
dun, dun.
like the
The
come
hero.
with me, but your dad is not doing all this other stuff. And it's like
But
kids this age don't see it, but I know that she'll see it when she's
but
older.
yeah, because that's you sound like that's the routine that I dealt with growing up. Because I love my dad. I was biggest fan. I'm telling you, I tell this story all the time. This experience. 'Cause my homeboy, he grew up with both his parents, and he never understood. that waiting on the curb for your dad to come pick you up, or waiting in front of the house, and your
Mm.
mother is waiting near the door, like, and the whole time she probably thinking he ain't coming, you know,
Yeah.
man. But that you see it in TV shows, you see it and stuff like that. That feeling is beyond and I hate. That's why I say I hate being stood up. The
Yeah.
worst thing to get on my bad side is to stand me up,
Yeah.
because I was used to be the last kid get picked up at school, and I used to be waiting on my dad at the end of the walkway, at the end outside the door, looking out the window. He's coming. Oh, he's
Hmm.
coming. Just wait. He's gonna come, and never show up. Then you get a call later on. Oh, and you know who got to fix that? Mama got to fix that.
Right.
Mama got to take care of that.
I had
Mama
to.
has to do all the damage control and all that. And you just
I,
come in and you give them these false hope and false dreams and shit. And now, we back on it. And mother probably already know it's going to happen again. And
right.
I didn't understand that until I was in high school when my mother passed. When my
Mm.
mother passed, my dad didn't call me. He
Mm.
didn't he didn't do nothing. Then just out the blue, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to come. You gonna come live with me?" And I said
Oh no.
verbatim, "I'm gonna beat your ass. You come down here." Because you did this to me once in my life. You did this to me once in my life. And now you just go, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that any longer.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I realized my mother was not like she was trying to protect me. And then once again, I hate that it had to come to her passing, but I
Hmm.
saw so much, and I had a conversation with my dad about this a few years ago. Like, bruh, why? What, he was like, well, your aunts try to keep you away from me, this and this and that. I'm like, that's a lie, man. I had my own cell phone.
Hmm.
You could have called me directly. Your
Hmm.
mama, my grandmother had my number directly. I didn't check on me.
Hmm.
And you have those type of things, and it goes towards, and that's why I tell my homeboy now, my godson, he's going through that phase of, he got the opposite. He's being raised by his dad while his mom's not there. And that's a big twist. That's a big twist. Like, not that your mama's dead, your mama just ain't. She's raising her other kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I had
Like,
to tell I had to tell Annie's dad to stop promising her things when she was 3.
I'm feeling same thing was being said, and a lot of immature men and even women, because I can see, like,
Still to this
it happens way more with men, but it happens with women too. But it's hard for kids, man. It's
yeah,
it's
still
hard for us.
yesterday was his birthday. In
Yeah.
Thursday's birthday, and he called. No, he texted me yesterday afternoon. He was like, "My kid didn't call me all day." I'm just so I was like, "You don't."
I know you done dropped a few cuss words in here
No,
already.
I said, I
Um,
said, I said, you don't even talk to her every day, and you
uh-uh.
expect a 6-year-old to remember your birthday. So, I called Anya. I said, Anya, call your dad. It's his birthday, and she called him. She couldn't even look him in the face, and she was like, "Hey," and he was like, "Hey," and she
Real
was
quickly,
just
I want
like,
to make sure it's a timestamp on this one, so you know how to bleep this one out. So 3/22/56. Man, fuck that nigga. What? Excuse me?
so,
What?
so, but that's how immature he is. So they was on the phone, and she was like, she had asked him for something, and he was like, I gotta see. But then she hung up, and she didn't tell him happy birthday. And I said, Anya, I told you this was birthday. She was like, oh, okay. And
Man,
that's what you deserve, because if you were involved with her, she would feel a need to
but
remember those.
I'm telling you, he's gonna blame you for that too. I'm just let you know how things go,
That,
Ro.
but I don't block you from having this kind.
What you said, if he's as immature as you saying it is, he's gonna blame you. I
Listen,
got my That's how my little brother is. My little brother, his baby mamas hate him to the point that just spill. I've never seen my nieces physically in my life. I didn't even know I had nieces until 2 years ago, and they're young still.
yeah.
But my brother is pissed people off. But it got to the point, like, since he's locked up right now, I'm trying to make a relationship with them. I'm trying to build something. I want to be like, hey, you my blood. One of them looked exactly like my mama. It's so scary, you know.
Oh,
And the thing is, he like then put these girls, the mother's life through hell and all this stress, and he locked up. He's like, hey man, can you ask my baby mamas to write me? No.
no.
Like, no, hell no. Because why I'm gonna mess up my chances of getting to know my nieces because I'm breaking that cycle. I'm not gonna do that. I'm breaking that cycle. You can see me. I'll be the man for both of us. I ain't their daddy, I'm their uncle. Christmas coming up. Their birthdays are coming up.
Yeah.
No, I'm like I'm trying to think what they want for Christmas, what they want for Thanksgiving. But I'm also what the grades looking like. Time they send you some books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start checking on reading. I am that uncle. I am that uncle that we go be better. We're gonna break these curses. We're gonna break these. We're gonna talk about how do we manage budgets. We're gonna talk about dating. We're gonna talk about how do you find love. We're not gonna because the parents look jetto, the mamas
Mhm.
look Rashid, but hey,
Right.
Rashid, okay, they daddy a little Rashid, but
Yeah.
you can see you because that's what it took for me. I was around it. That was my environment, but it was something. It was some type of guiding light that shined on me that like, man, I can do better.
Yeah.
So what kind of fool would I be if I don't do the same thing for other children, other people, and especially people that share my lineage and my blood? You know what I mean? All
Facts.
right, let's jump on these messages. I still got to tell y'all when I was thinking
Kevin
about becoming a
Morris,
pimp.
yes, I just heard your message. Your voice is just delicate, deep. I love it. I'm sorry, I'm
What
getting
the
all
hell we doing over here?
sorry, guys. I just had to say that.
Connecting.
Sir, follow me. I just want to hear your voice. It's beautiful.
Watch him be
Okay.
married.
Yeah, my dynamic because I got 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, so
My,
it's just naturally. Um, Shout out to my wife E Ruth.
What I
Um,
tell you?
but
What I
we,
say?
I guess the way it broke down is that with the girls, she's the one that like I'm a big softy on them. I put my foot down when I need to. I'll speak up and all that stuff. But the girls know like if they get out of line, E Roof gonna whip their ass straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that kind of dynamic, and I'm not gonna touch them. So but but I'm the backup. I'm the I don't want to say the good cop, but you know it is a balance with the parents, and parents need to know their dynamic and how they can help and you know just it's all about the children, so help out the children more and try to
listen, this man
I
say he is
told you.
to eat root. Listen, sir, you have nothing to worry about. Them kids gonna be great. They got a mother that's smart and intelligent. Got a daddy that's smart and intelligent. I ain't worried about these kids.
She gets it.
What's up?
I love your oh my gosh, bantu knots. Girl,
Yeah.
I'm not into ladies. I'm just saying. But hey. No, I'm just kidding. I
Yeah.
love it. It's cute. It's really
I'm
cute.
about to do it
But
again.
anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all keep carrying on.
Oh my God. Hey, we gotta keep the peace. E Ruth is here.
Yes.
she gets it. That was all about your whole baby father situation. That was all about you. That was all about you
How?
wishing him a happy
He
birthday.
wanted.
You
He just said it.
collectively,
He
Oh,
you
just
and
said
your
it.
daughter wishing him a happy birthday. Ain't no damn 6-year-old remember anybody's birthday. They can barely remember what day it is. You ask them the date, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know. So please, like that's just some tension seeking shit right there.
He's right.
child,
He's
childish.
absolutely correct.
I feel like a kid should be able to come of age and choose his own name.
Mm.
Man, as long as you're under the house of Drake, you will be a Drake. It's like
And you know what?
you
Sometimes
did.
people move on and they get married, and their parents come around and they be like, um, I'm married to your son, right? My baby name is such and such, and they don't even recognize the new name. Some people are just
Mm.
gonna call you whatever they want to
Hey,
call you.
that's a gender role that I have and I stick to. It's like, man, I hold power within my name was to be
Yeah.
given what I would share to my children, the uniqueness. You want to change
Mhm.
your fur, but like when I have that's the when like my daughter goes off with another guy and you find another guy. If I have a
Mhm.
daughter, like man, yeah, you trust him to change your name. I want to trust him as much as you do.
I
You
was
know,
when I was born, my mom gave me her last name, and then when I was 11, uh, my dad said, "Do you want to change your last name to mine?" And I said, "No. All my certificates, my rewards, my books,
hey, that's
because
ego. That's
I
ego
said I
right
don't
there.
know this man took me out his will."
Hey, once again, I'm just letting you know. Hey, would I do the same thing? Maybe if my son, like my son, I don't want to go by Drake anymore. Okay, cool. Let
That
me.
man,
It's not even about being petty. It's just about being real. You know how many other people want to have my name, not just because it's popular, but let me stop. Let's see these messages. Let's see these messages. Hey, grown.
Yeah. So to continue on that, yeah, just So yeah, so 713 Drake, you doing your thing, man. As much time as you can spend with the kids that need it, that need that male role model. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, and it will reap its benefits in the future. You might not see it right now, but it's every
Oh
little
Lord,
word you
I
say,
know.
every little knowledge you drop, every little gem you do, every little thing you buy for them, or or that time you spend with them is very, very, very essential for their upcoming for their upbringing.
But that's why we doing Kwanzaa this year too, because last year it just clicked. Me and my wife both say, man, all these kids, a lot of these kids out here getting gifts, and they bad as shit.
they don't
I'm
deserve.
like, they don't deserve nothing. And I'm like, why? What's the reason for the season? They don't celebrate Santa. They don't celebrate Jesus. Like, so why are we? Why? It's just you. What you celebrate is Disney. That's what you celebrate. And Disney is the reason for the season. See, I'm talking about. I looked on Facebook and Instagram and in the house I was in, like when it was visiting. Now I saw so much Moana. Lion King, Mulan. What was the other thing popping last year? Frozen. I'm
Man,
like, dang,
look at these little girls.
dang. I was looking around. I don't see Jesus nowhere around here. Okay,
Jesus. Yeah, you know what's so crazy? When I was growing up at Dad's house, we had to pray before we ate for breakfast. We had to pray if we had lunch, and we had to pray for food for dinner. And then when my mom moved to Maryland, and it was just her and us. Eat your food. It
mm,
wasn't
that's-
she was less in touch with religion or God. It was just like certain things that I wish he was like, you have to do this. It just wasn't really important. Now, as a mom, I battle with not being super religious because my mom went from going to a Pentecostal church to being a Jehovah's Witness to now she's doing nothing and Catholic and two different churches. So now, like as a mom, I don't identify with no religion. I'm just I'm just open to hearing teachings and perspectives. And my kids eat and they know nothing about praying before your food. And I'm just like, Sean,
wow.
you want
Hey,
to do you want to bring this about? And it's kind of like if you bring this about, you can't accept it. You can't be like you're praying to this, and it's gonna be questions. What's praying? Well, who are we praying to? Kids are nosy, and it's like it's just something I personally battle with. But what I will say is I do talk to them about the fact that you get to come in the kitchen and pick whatever food you want to eat, and you get to have these things. And there's kids that don't have these things, so it's not that they're blinded by not being compassionate to the fact that they have things that other people don't have. I just don't really involve the ways that I was brought up.
prayer. No, well, once again, we were just talking about what are some things that you no longer do, traditions, and that may be one of them. But when I tell you, I pray over even when I eat snacks. Like like my
Oh no.
man, I when we built our house, we get people to we get preachers to come pray over our house. We have a house party. Like I remember, so once again, my family is very unique. We have
Mhm.
preachers, drug dealers, pimps,
Oh.
police officers, all the whole nine. Okay, we have a spectrum. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember people we did this big shot, and somebody I ain't gonna say who, but somebody took a prayer over the shots, and my relative that's a preacher just was shaking it, like, but they took a shot too. But we got 7 messages. We see y'all. Well, let's see what y'all talking
Oh
about.
yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
claps and
yeah, yeah,
love,
yeah,
baby.
yeah. We gonna keep it copacetic all the way. I do know. But yeah, they had to get trolled. Your Ruth is all cap. Your Ruth is all cap. All cap
What
cap.
do you mean by that?
Yeah, my bad, your Ruth. I thought it was just from the other one. Yeah. I just told them to put their fucking son to sleep. Little son was running around like, beep, 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 beep. Like, man, it is too late. Put him to sleep.
Oh no. The only reason why mines are asleep is because when I record, if they can't be quiet, you go night night.
Oh Lord.
But none of my children have ever had bedtimes, and
See, that's
I
a
regret,
conversation.
I regret it to
I
this
was about to say
day.
that is a conversation.
I regret it. I should have given them bedtime, but now it's like a battle of the bands up in here.
I don't know, but them girls, son, I was like, man, if my daughters were happen to be awake right now, they would hop in the boxing ring and knock his little ass out. I was like, put his little ass to sleep. Hey, people get taken out of wills every day.
Man,
Oh
you
man.
feel me?
That shit ain't normal.
I'll say much less. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, I am faded off gumbo.
I've never had gumbo.
Faded off gumbo.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you missing out on life, baby.
I've never had gumbo. I've never had jambalaya. What else I've never
You done
had?
made me.
I never
What? You missing out on
scallop. Yeah. There's a
Man,
lot of
I
things.
promise you, you'll start acting different once you get you some. Oh my gosh, you got me want something now, and I'm up here in Seattle knowing I can't get none. Oh my God.
Oh man, I've never had
Oh
it.
my God. So you never had
Okay,
Cajun food?
so I'm very
Nope.
into my African spiritual practices. So this Thanksgiving, what we need to focus on is our ancestry. So family. So
Mm-hmm.
bring out those old photos.
Come
The
on.
eldest person, you let them bring out the photo book and the memories, and y'all share stories about as far back as you can what your family's about, and get all that ancestral energy flowing. And that's the new Thanksgiving right there. It's Ancestry Day.
Mm.
So
Hey,
all that old stuff,
okay.
you can throw that out the window. We rebranded it as Ancestry Day, and we just really getting in touch with our family, our family roots, and our ancestry.
Ancestry.
Kevin, you just gotta follow me, boy. Thank you, brother. 'Cause I love that. I love that. I love that. And everything culture. I'm gonna make sure to put that on my Instagram. We go push that. I'm all
Okay.
for that, man.
Hashtag
Oh,
ancestry. Ready?
ancestry. Every year we go do a new genogram. I teach my little cousins our family tree, and they
Mm-hmm.
went to. Oh, we have family in Oklahoma that we on didn't come around. We just started coming around a few years ago, and he was like 12. He was able, like they called all the kids out. They had a big contest. They got like you get prizes, money, all this type of stuff. This is my maternal grandmother's maternal side, okay? And my little cousin and like all my older cousins and called me like they were so proud of him, but they were thanking me because he could date back to because he's my once again second cousin or twice removed, once removed cousins, whatever. He could date back to his great grandmother and state all her siblings and things of that nature, and they were like blown away. Because when I
Mhm.
used to have my little cousins visit me over the summer, over spring break. I keep them all week, and I used to give them homework. And part of the homework was because in the work being a caseworker, like you have to make someone else's family tree. Oh my God! You want me to tell you about some messy shit? Is when you, especially with white people, some of their family trees, like, I'm like, 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 that's what I'm like, black people are like, man, this, wait a minute, this person in the
Oh,
family
we
tree,
all we got.
he is three different places in the family tree. He on three different branches. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But that's how things go. But it's such a unique thing, and I think I'm gonna try to push that by creating not only pictures but creating family trees too. Once again, man, I appreciate that. Let's hit this play.
Yo, back in the day, my family was wild too. Yo, Drake, like, especially my cousins. That's that was really hippie-ish before I was. They pray over the blunt. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do.
Man,
They
you feel
before they
me?
light the blunt, they pray over it. Like it's like a whole ceremonious thing. So I feel you on that.
Man, I'm just once again, it if somebody outside of the family with people. Oh my God, people. This is my housewarming. I had coworkers there. Okay, you know, and and I'm one of those guys. Like I have different sides of me. I have my very professional. I know judges. I'm close with attorneys. I'm close with. I knew the DA. They know me by name and stuff like that in Houston. And I invited them, like, and my wife, she's smarter. She's like, don't invite these people around our family. I'm like, man, if they go accept me, they gotta accept my family. Wrong, wrong. Like, I don't want to play.
Like the worst relationship advice I've ever got.
Tell me.
Um, I think the worst relationship advice I ever got was to like give
Oh,
it another chance and to oversee what they did and stuff like that. So when that happened, like when I finally like got to that sick point, like it's to the point where now like I'm gonna be direct, bro, hey, honest with y'all, like I'm like solely on just getting like vengeful and hateful towards that person, like
oh no.
not into the way to where like I had to do something, but the only one of the ways I know is just I know fucking her constantly and not putting titles on shit fucks with her. But I mean I'm well past it. But I mean that was the worst advice that I actually listened to.
So he's a toxic king now. Okay.
I think a lot of young males are like that because nobody teaches them how to go about addressing a woman for being incorrect. So
Man.
instead of them directly say, feel this, I don't like this that you did, they act out long, like stretched out long term by doing certain shit that they know is getting under your skin.
I mean, I want to dang God, how old are you? And it's just like, cause I used to be like that younger. If a
Mm.
girl broke, I used to be like when I was younger, and I was like, man, that shit was crazy. Like if you broke my heart, something happened, I'm going to get my lick back.
Oh shit.
Good evening, everyone. No, you have to put your kids on a bedtime schedule because that bedtime schedule
And
is
now
mommy time.
that
Hold on, you
So
must know Dominican
it's
album.
just for your sanity. And it also puts them on a good routine.
true, but
You
it's
must know
like
her.
no, I don't know her. This is the first time I've seen
She
Dominican.
sound like you. She sound like you around this time. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see.
It's about time we give the indigenous people their reparations. I mean, that's why the Redskins, they had to take their logo off. Land Lake is not allowed to use um, the
The
Indian
butter.
symbol anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Thanksgiving is just the way it came about. It's crazy.
That's the this false cultures has been created.
Yeah. Every religion that we have here in America is based upon being mass people being killed. And then we turn it into something fun, we get things.
Well, holiday. Once again, y'all make sure to go follow Everything Culture, and make sure to follow She Gets the Spot. Click on our faces, click on our heads, go to our links, follow all that stuff, especially on YouTube. You'll learn something. You'll like it.
It's
But,
content.
but yeah, but when I tell you last year, I went and I needed. I wasn't haven't been on it as I was as much last year, but I looked up the history of each holiday, and it's like, man, Valentine's Day was, that was a massacre, and it was
Yep.
about and it's really, if any day, any month should be LGBTQ month, is February, because Valentine's Day really would represent them.
Yep.
Then you look at Christmas. Christmas, we most of know it's a pagan holiday, and
Right.
it was like, it was a bunch of men having sex with kids, and big orgies. That was a big piece of Christmas. Um, and if we look at the 12 days of Christmas, I want everyone just a quick message. Tell us, when does the 12 days of Christmas start?
Oh
Tell me
God.
that. Good question. And Halloween really coincides with Easter. Easter is the birth. Easter is really a Greek goddess that lived by the name of Easter. And really resurrection. They tied in Jesus with Easter because, it was hard for people to let go of pagan holidays. And but main Easter was the goddess of fertility. So that's why you have the Easter egg, but the Easter bunny, because rabbits have a lot of sex. They're very fertile. All this stuff is like right there, and it's like, wow. And Halloween is like when the season when things die off, so it can
Mhm.
become back again, because it's like the cycle of life. So really, I used to say New Year's
Which
should really be Easter, and like the end of the year is really, well, it's weird. That's basically how the season should go, and that's why you have De La Mortis. Everybody think that's like devil worshiping, but it's
yeah.
really about celebrating the people that's gone. It's like having like a memorial for I miss my dead homies. They should be playing Master P that day. That's how I feel.
And it's so crazy. All this information has always been available. It's just we just live
Hey,
in a society, even with the access to the internet, right?
man, and
Like I
ooh, go
I don't
ahead,
want
go
to
ahead.
leave me alone.
And that's why I say, when people come to our show, I used to teach. Well, I don't teach them so much because I'm the role I'm in during this whole quarantine, but I'm still I'm in a people of culture role. But I used to teach culture diversity classes, and when people used to come in, I'm very energetic, very going, and I used to tell them, hey, remember, when you come in here, leave your preconceived notions at the door. Leave your beliefs at the door. Not saying you just have to leave them at all. Just leave them at the door when you step into this training for tonight. You can
So
pick them up when you leave. You can pick them up when you're done. But remember, when you have these people talking and communicating, think about, because when people work with kids, and especially work with different families, you're automatically going to think, oh, everything my family do is the right thing to do.
yeah,
Wrong. Once again, wrong. Especially, and I'm going to say it, white people here in America, you think white is right. This is what you should do. No, because some of them got fucked up. And I not only say white people, rich white people, like Trump. Trump think his life should be the way everybody's life, and he really can't empathize with other people, and that's why his bitch ass didn't want cultural diversity training. All right, but the main focus when we have these conversations, and that's why I do my show, Everything Culture, is like, dang, you ever sit down and talk to someone and like, that's why you do that? Damn, that's how you grew up. I understand that, man. My parents did some crazy shit to me too, or we can relate, or we can just learn something new. But a lot of people, they don't want to learn shit. They just want to be stubborn, ignorant. This, my my mama told me to never trust a black person just because they can run fast.
what?
What? Do that make any fucking sense?
No, I'm
But
confused.
but you know what? But I can empathize, because you know what? My mama. Most people, mother, you think your mother loved, or your mother did things for you to love them.
Yeah.
Most people love their mother. So why would my mother lie to me about something like that? Well, your mama may have been a dumbass, but I can't call your mama a dumbass, because that's gonna be automatically, we gonna have problems. We're gonna have qualms. We got to. So that's the aspect. So you have to learn how to. Same thing when you're working with a child that a parent has neglected them or abused them. You still can't come in there where your parent was a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Hey, that's still my mama.
You
No
gotta
matter
let
what she
people
did to me.
revelations of their truth.
Man, you got to know how to communicate with them. You got to see them on that level. Same thing with the parents. You'll be surprised when I sit down and talk to these parents. The main thing I always did was let the parents talk,
Mm.
and they by the time and that's why I was good at what I did because that's why because these parents when I let them talk and see their point of view, most parents were like, "Hey y'all, I messed up. It's me." I was one of the ones I can crack a parent, and it's like they need that because they never been able to express, and usually it come from the grandmother. Okay, we about to play some messages. I'm sorry for the wait, y'all. We had to get that off, but we hear y'all.
I think the worst advice you've gotten in life is the one you just gave yourself. That is never gonna work. That vengefulness, that wanting to get back. If a person is toxic, just let them go.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But to actually sit there and plot on something like that,
I
it's not
think he
healthy
said
for you.
truthful
I was
behavior.
like I was like 16, 17 doing that. I was young. I was young. I'm 34 now. That oh my God, that was a whole lifetime ago.
Is it bad that I'm cooking lamb at this hour?
Bruh, I got some lamb. My wife loves lamb. I'm gonna sous vide some lamb. I'm gonna sear that stuff. I need to
Good.
get this brisket. Oh my gosh, that brisket. Oh my God. That thing was squirting and farting. Okay, we're gonna play the next one.
I'm farting.
I would say the worst relationship advice I've ever gotten was actually got a couple, but the one that really, really, really sticks out is people telling me to leave my husband because we were going through financial struggle.
Oh
Like
God.
black women, like girl, black single moms, like girl, you might as well leave him. Like you might be bad all by yourself. Like you
Mm,
basically a single mother, and I'm like, okay, so
that's like a Maryland
you
thing. A
think
lot
in
of men.
life everything's going to be given to you with gold and perfection, and there's not going to be any struggles, anything that you have to grow and learn in? Like, I want younger people in relationships to try to learn
Fact.
how to grow up together rather than trying to keep it with the Joneses when you just like 12, like you a baby still. Like, just
Tell them.
stop.
Ruth, you better stop. You better. Hey, somebody pass Ruth the plate. Y'all clap it up for Ruth. You
That's
know,
false.
man, she out here
I think
preaching.
people today are very impatient and they think, everything's supposed to be like wham, bam, bam, always working. And that's not realistic.
Stereos being taken over by little kids, the
Fact.
LGBT, the alphabet boys and girls, and Biden supporters.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I don't
Ooh,
know about
Corey, let me sound like you're a Trump supporter. You want to community? I just did a show about that. Let me take
that.
my time and speak to you later. I don't want to get because your icon seemed black, so or a person of color. I still want to know if you're a person of color, why would you vote for Trump? Because
Because financially, a lot of black people who are with what Trump is doing financially, they feel like he puts black people in a better position.
so they're misguided.
Hey, I didn't say that, but that's
Oh,
how
no,
most.
no, 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 no. I'm saying that. You didn't say that. I said that. I would take full confidence and strength saying that. I don't know because I'm really lost because that's not the truth at all. Because
They
a
feel
lot of
like
people I know that they
this
make
is
way less than
racist.
I make.
So, so listen, I'm just
If
a
you
message.
still getting paid hourly and you voted for
To
Trump,
get
what's the problem?
fucking married. To get married was the worst advice ever.
Ooh,
Marriage is a contract. That's it. You could be with somebody and not be married to somebody. You want to have sex with somebody, just have sex with somebody. Don't get married just to have
uh,
sex. Don't get married just to get BAH for the Navy. Don't get married. You know why divorce costs so much? Because it's fucking worth it.
mm.
Ooh, somebody's bitter.
Oh,
Hey, bro, it's gonna be okay, man. You gonna find love again. You gonna find that, you know. But we ain't gonna get into that right now. We're gonna play the next one.
okay.
Gems, 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 knowledge, gems.
ask that, please.
He picking
I
up
already
his
know
wings.
what he's talking about. I already know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Where's that coming from?
Mm.
I'm lost on that one.
Yes, Drake. Exposure will be our sharpest tool, the biggest thing that us as a society has. I mean, just not even black people, but everybody, white people, black people. If we understand each other's, culture and get exposed to each other's cultures and ways of being, then we can ultimately come together. But since we're so damn separated and we don't know each other, that's the divide. That's why in the cities people are more liberal, because we're closer to each other. We get that culture switch, and then the people in the rurals and the boondocks, they don't get that culture switch. So that's a divide. It's all about exposure, exposing yourself, traveling, getting to know other cultures, other people around you, and assimilating to that. That's what America was supposed to be.
But are you? He not subscribed to Everythang Culture yet?
Show him the.
Okay, talking about, I know this is a little off topic, but talk about stubborn ignorance. So I'm talking about this because I was in a talk last night listening to people who were talking about white supremacy. Mm-hmm. And, I kind of cut both ways, because my biggest thing is, like, I see past it and I see humanity, right? It's still a problem. White supremacy, obviously, as we need to talk about it. We could never, ever, 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 ever stop talking about it until it's gone. But this idea of, like, trying to just shut everybody else up because we have this grand idea of, like, reparations being the solution, which it is, but how? How are we going to get it? And so, like, you have some folks who are so closed-minded and having conversations that they'll cut you off. Black people cut you off because they don't like what you're saying, because it doesn't align with this absolutism thing. Like, it must be absolutely just this and that's it. There's nothing else. I can't.
Hey, I like y'all. I really like y'all. I'm gonna have to have y'all come on the show, because y'all, this warms my heart. Okay, it really does. And it's not being it's people that want to learn from other people, and you like said, being stubborn, man. Because oh my goodness, it was just said. I've said it.
See, like, a better people that just see, like, a better solution to the same problems you're talking about. And I can't deal with people that don't see the error in their thoughts, just so we can on to the thing.
Not be empathetic towards other people, but my man Kevin, he said that's almost the motto of our show, what he was saying. And once again, I'm gonna say it again, because I know Kevin, y'all, because the motto of Everything Culture come from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and that he believes that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because of segregation. And with segregation, we have miscommunication. So the goal of Everything Culture is building a space where people can come together and have a conversation built off respect, communication, and consistency. That's the main thing what we're here for. Like, I have dreams to travel, try different food, see how people hygiene and hair, all these things are cultures that we have. How did you used to wash your ass back in 1966? Was something different than now? What kind of soap do we have now? All these things change. I was able to talk to a 18-year-old white girl today, and man, that was pretty. Her culture is going to be completely, when she's 30. Think we probably gonna have flying cars by the time then. That's just an assumption. I think it's about time. I never would have thought that Skype and Zoom would be a real thing. I remember growing up watching the Jetsons, and they used to be crazy. I'm like, man, he used to be at home, and his boss used to click on, like, Jetson, wake your ass up. I'm like, man, he can see his boss on television. On TV. That's wild. We are doing that right now. That is happening. It's been happening. Okay. Play.
Just send it, dude. Just send it.
Okay. Thank you, Abaddon.
I don't even want to go into the Trump thing too heavy, because but there is a thing as self-esteem and there's group esteem. Now, self-esteem is your individual self, but group esteem is your people, what you look like, where you're from. And we have a lot of self-esteem, but we don't have a lot of group esteem. So we we don't really care about our group, just about ourselves. So that's the whole black Trump voter thing. That's the angle. And it's the same thing with the Spanish folk and then the Asian folk that voted for him too. It's just it's an identity crisis. You care about yours and yours alone, but you don't care about your group and your culture or your society. That's what that's about.
I like that.
Kevin with the facts.
But truth be told, you said that don't get married to have sex. The gentleman who was talking about that, yeah, you're talking about you got married for all the wrong reasons. So good advice. Don't get married for all the wrong reasons.
Hey, 713 Drake. I just wanted to tell you, you're really living up to your name, Drake. Like you're
Corey, come on.
Drake, it seems to me that frankly you have a 713 area code, and that's a great area code. I love that area code. It's one of the best. You're obviously on the north side of Houston. I love Houston. Houston's a great place.
I'm not.
A lot of people are saying that Houston is not as good as Los Angeles, as New York, or as China.
Shop She Gets It on Teespring. The link is in the bio. Don't act like I ain't tell you. Hit me up on the Stereo app. Hit me up on Patreon. Hit me up on Red Circle. If you want to go ahead and cross promo, I'm here for you. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up at my email, shegettsitpod@gmail.com. Hit me up on She Gets It Pod on IG. I'm not hard to find. Let's get back into this show.
But frankly, if you ask me, I think it's the greatest city in the entire world, and all the other cities are absolute shitholes. That I can tell you.
Hey, Donald, hold on. The Donald Loves You, that was that.
It was scary how good that was.
Hey, somebody give that man some claps, because you know what? That's how Donald Trump operates, y'all. I said, y'all go, the most recent episode we have right now is Trump lose, America wins, okay? But I said that the way Trump get his voters, he works on divide and conquer. You see what he did? He made me feel good, okay? He said some things that made, okay, you know what? He was wrong. I damn trying to live on the north side of Houston. But he made some things that's going to like me. He piqued my interest, okay? He stroked my ego to a sense, you know, from what he can see. On a lesser mind, and I'm be real, on a person that's not such a critical thinker, let me say that, would have bought into that quickly. Then he made me feel like we're cool. He said he loves me, he likes me, I'm a good guy. Then he found what I don't. He found separation in other places. People talk shit about Houston. You know what? I think Houston is shit. Fuck them. That's that divide and conquer. That is how he operates as a leader.
Yo, that Donald Trump impersonation wasn't too bad. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't too bad.
Right.
But it's not only what he sound like, but the process of doing so. The process is like when I used to be in court and seeing these attorneys operate, I can tell which attorneys. This is a whole different topic. I'm not a fan of jury trials because in jury trials supposed to represent the people. But I learned through juries that there's a lot of dumb people in this world. A whole lot of dumb people in this world.
Sure.
And it was like, just because the attorney's flashy and charismatic and things of that nature, they'll the same thing how pastors operate. I can whisper sweet nothings in your ear and have your dumb ass voting for me. I hate to say, I'm not trying to call people dumb ass, but the word dumb is for a reason. It's like,
yeah, it's just like, I don't know. People are slightly ignorant and prisoners to their ignorance, period. and that's
It's the truth, and people want to be that. Some people get that Stockholm syndrome, where that ignorance is bliss mindset. And I
Mhm.
understand it to an extent, but I'm like, come on, man. When your ignorance is detrimental to your best interest as well as others, that's a problem.
Yeah, facts.
I just want to say I commend you all. I really hope to see us, this whatever's happening, this movement, this transformation that's happening, that's allowing a lot of these different voices to come through and just
Come through.
break through all the foolishness. It's, you see the two extremes, the extreme on the white supremacy side, and you have the extreme on the, I'm an anarchist and kill everything until it's gone side of like what some of the black people are going through, which I'm not mad for. I'm like, we all got to go through our journey and stuff, so I guess they're on their journey. But I just want to say thank you for you both for having really great
Oh,
conversations that is open and has a lot of love in it, and it's funny and it's real. And even though, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've had disagreements with, She Gets It Pod, and just learned about you, Drake, but not in the way that I need to, like, it doesn't kill me. It's just like, oh, it's a disagreement, but I learned something. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Now I know.
hey,
See,
if you listen to Everything Culture, any of our episodes, and you don't learn something, I did you a disservice. That's all I'm saying.
but you
If you
have
don't
to learn,
learn nothing,
or just be even open to learning something outside of what you thought you knew. A lot of people are
hmm
just the jump and gonna leave ignorant, and that be.
yep, yep, you ain't lying though.
Let me clarify. It ain't that much of a difference. It's just little things that I'm like, oh, yeah, well, maybe, huh? Like we all do, right? We all have our little bit of disagreements. But like I said, the best advice that someone gave me was to come out of my shell and just go and talk to people.
Love
And
it.
this has been this stereo platform has been eye opening. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I really was like kind of not really, I'm all very cautious about the women that's around me. And I will say, like, She Gets It Pod, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what the alignment is, but I will say that I am grateful to be in your presence and the talks that you have. And actually you pick really great co-hosts with you too, so that's just something that I appreciate. And I don't get it. I don't. I realize I'm checking myself sometimes. I don't. I just go in here and I just come talking stuff, but I never really get a chance to really slow down and say thank you. So thank you.
Oh, hey, that's love. Give people their roses while they're here. Give us them claps and them
I
snaps
would
and them flames
clap.
while we here.
I love that. I don't know. I just like genuine people, and I feel like if people are being genuine, you should
I'm
attract
a
more
genuine ass
genuine
nigga.
people. See, and I think that's what's happening. That's why we have found each other. So I'm glad you were here.
Yes, I like this.
No, you have a point, Drake, but at the same time, like I'm learning now, and I just watched something on the news today where it was just like, educated people could be fooled and duped too. Like educated people, doctors and lawyers, they fall into they get into cults and all that other stuff too. It's just it's a cult, you're right. So, like
It's a
doctors,
culture.
lawyers,
Yeah.
anybody could fall into the cult if they're susceptible to it, and that's, I don't know what that key is, or what that, what that, I don't know the aspect of that or whatever, but yeah, but smart people could be duped too. So
And,
yeah.
and let me thank you for that. Thank you for that, Kevin. I apologize when I say dumb. When I say dumb, you can be emotionally dumb. It's so many different type of. I know people that have the
Dumb,
masters.
dumb.
And like when I hate saying people, it's common sense, because I'm one of those people that people hate, because I don't believe it's a such thing as common sense, because common sense is not common all around. But it's where, oh man, some people know how to play the route. Some people know how to get, once again, he said, duped into things, and some people just have hatred in their heart, and I think
Right.
that's what fuel a lot of people too. Um, I said this once again on the previous show, that if you're not privileged, which is rich, white, male, racist, sexist, prejudiced, or homophobic, why are you voting for Trump? If you're not any of those things, I can say that's why I say when people talking about with black women didn't vote for Trump, but black men did because they share something with them. They are male. They have a penis between their legs. Something with that. I can see why. I can understand why they would. Okay, white women voted for Trump. Well, they're white. Okay, people are certain Democrats rich. They got money. They privileged. They come from. They can see what he's coming from. I can't. They can't imagine what other people are dealing with because you know what? Hey, I don't have to look. Why in the world am I looking down in the first place? That's a thought process. Then you come down to black women or women of what people of color, women of color. Why the hell you voting for Trump if you're not rich? Only thing I can think of is that you may be also sexist, racist, homophobic, or prejudiced. That's how. And if somebody tell me something different, I'm here to listen. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely here to listen. But every time I ask why does somebody genuinely vote for Trump, they say a bunch of lies that Trump and other people like. They say it's like bullshit is bleeding through their ear. It's bleeding out their mouth into my ears. I'm like, are you serious? And I used to work middle management, and I used to say this all the time to like upper management, trying to communicate to lower management or just the other employees, the staff. Either you are stupid or you think we're stupid. Both, we have a problem.
Hmm.
Yeah, someone once told me when I was like in high school, and this quote always, stuck to me about the nerds. Those real smart people that was just off a lot. They was like, if you if you fill the cup up too much, something's gonna spill out, and I've always used that analogy.
I like that.
Well, I have a question for you all too. Like, first of all, Kevin, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I get sucked in when I have really great conversations or to listen in on. I don't know. I'm gonna make it, y'all, for the next hour or so. I'm trying my best to just close my eyes and go to sleep. But I do have a question, which is, what your question is, which is, what's the worst advice you ever got? What's the best advice that you ever got, and what's the worst advice that has countered that? I know that sounds kind of crazy to ask that, but like,
No, it doesn't
I'm
sound
all
crazy.
about this two minds thing, right? The rational mind and the irrational mind. So,
The
the
yin
rational
and the
mind is going to have
yang.
something good to say, but like, people that should be open to hearing the good advice don't want to hear the good advice. They'd rather just go with the negative advice because it feeds the insecurities. So, like, if you had to think about the good advice, what would you say is the counter bad advice that people don't pay attention to, so they can see both sides and understand what good looks like?
She was that yin and yang. Like, see what she doing.
Okay, so my bad advice that I hate hearing still as a grown up, and I heard as a child, is kill them with kindness. And they always tell me to kill people who are not serving with kindness. So the opposite of that would be see people for who they are and choose wisely. I wish somebody told me that, because if I truly saw people for who they are, and then I made a decision that was smart and intelligent not to need those people or have to be in spaces with those people, it would have did me some good. What about you?
Oh, okay. Well, I said the worst advice I ever received was don't pay a bill until the disconnect notice comes or they come to repo. The best, well, and I was like, so it's financial advice. The best advice I may have received was I'm gonna try to keep on a financial level. Um, become, becoming debt free, paying off, like I know me and Mike and I sometimes bump heads about this. I believe in credit. Okay. I absolutely believe in credit.
Mike
Okay.
doesn't believe. Shout out
He
to
doesn't
Mike.
believe in credit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and that's fine. It's fine. I've built a house before. Let me tell you what credit can do for you. Good credit, okay? Let me tell you what it can do for you. Now, I understand the aspect of when you don't need it any longer. When we have that, like my man Kevin was saying, we have that community when we have, but we don't have that right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so until we get that, I'm gonna utilize what I can get. Okay, but um, because so it was like learning how to really efficiently benefit from my credit, paying off large large credit cards, don't pay off my school loans immediately. I pay the absolute minimum on school loans because they got the lowest interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
um what else? I pay down car notes quickly. It's so many things. So but yeah, I would say that can be, or it can be like something like never trust a bitch, and then the other one with that's one of the worst. It can be worse advice, and the other
That's
one,
still being said.
it still be said, absolutely. And but at the same time, I tell people, man, find somebody to make you happy. My thing is with the woman of my life, and I'm like, I be trying. We getting our little, we get like in like now we getting like 10 little small dumb arguments a day, and I'm talking about small. Call each
Yeah.
other, roll eyes at each other, then give each other a kiss. That's the little arguments we be getting into now. And it's like what she did. So, okay, I made my brisket. She turned the oven on this morning. I put it in the oven. To keep it cool. To keep it wrapped up. I put it in foil. Woke up. She didn't check the oven before turning it on this morning. I smelled it, but it didn't mess it up. Thank God. But I came down and I kind of like, hey, I raised my voice like, what you doing? Pay attention. Woo, woo, woo.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I seen it was like, hey, you know what? I apologize. I didn't, apologize for yelling at you, raising my voice that
Right.
I shouldn't have done that, yada yada yada. I'm talking about within seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And the old me would have been like, "Fuck it, get over it," But I go drop off the brisket at the office, run some errands, come back. She's still in her feelings, still in her
Mm-hmm.
feelings because she didn't feel completely like I don't know. She said so I asked her to do something. She was like, "Well, you shouldn't yell at me over a brisket." And I said, you still in your feelings about that. I said, I've already apologized once, and that was sufficient apology. Then later on, she's like, my bad. That was me holding on to it. That's maturity. A lot of people ain't gonna have that in relationships, and I know that. But
Right.
oh my God, I'm gonna tell you a story about my homegirl. And I want to, like I said, my homegirl. Unfortunately, she's going through a divorce right now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they just got married. I'm telling you, quarantine took a lot of people out. COVID knocked out a lot of relationships. Let me tell you that.
Because they had time to actually be
To
around
get
each other.
to know each. There you go. There you go. Cause they used to travel. They both worked. They didn't have a lot of time, but you will find out who really rock with you and you don't during this time. But man, he was on they both been on the show already. Okay. They both been on Everythang Culture. And it was weird because when we did our Father's Day episode on the show, he stated the type of woman he don't like. Cause we talked about gender roles on the Father's Day episode. From this a group of men. We had like 6 men talk about how things have changed over the years, and these are black men too. But he still had that Flintstone kind of caveman mentality. I need to have my food cooked every time I come home. I need to have my feet washed. You need to do my laundry, clothes, woo, woo, woo. And I don't like women that think they know everything and want to argue with a man, blah blah blah. And my thing, I said, nigga, do you know who the fuck you married? Like, like do you what? Like she's still that woman. Like you got to check. Like she's independent. She works. She makes money, and all these things came about. But I remember one thing he said important. He like if you really want his woman to do his laundry, fold his clothes, sort his socks, the whole nine. That's like his love language. Okay, that's what he wants. So during their quarantine, they been kind of getting on each other nerves, and this is coming from her. She said, she said one day she just woke up and she cooked, cleaned up, and she always was a clean person and she liked to cook, but she didn't do laundry. She did his laundry, did everything to the T, like folded his shirts, hung them up, iron, all of the whole nine. And he saw that and he came to her and she was like, "Hey man," he was like, "Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that." And she said, "I don't know why I said it. It just came out." But she said, "Boy, fuck you." And he, hey, he left and never came back. And I was like, why did you do that? She's like, I don't know. I don't know. It was just like Jew just came out. And she was like, and I like, and more, all the other stuff they dealt with, I told her, I said, that was the deal breaker right there.
Yeah,
That was
it's
the
a build
absolute
up.
deal
We
breaker.
have to stop allowing things to build up because I, in the past, allowed real feelings about people I was with to build up until one day I had a fucking enough. And you leaving a pen in the middle of the living room became the argument. And that really wasn't the issue. The real issue was I had something to say to you 3 months ago, and I had something to say to you that I did not like 2 weeks ago, and I held it.
Hmm
You gotta stop holding shit.
But man, that I'm telling you, I told her like she really want him to come back. This is like earlier, this right when it happened. And I'm like, man, like I love. She like, can you pray for us? I said, I'm gonna pray for the best, whatever's gonna happen. I ain't gonna pray for y'all to get back together because that I'm telling you, that's like I was like that hurt my feelings. You know, I was like, dang, why you mean like that? Because you like you give him the one thing he wants, one thing he appreciates, and you like literally spit in his face. I ain't gonna say literally, but figuratively, you spit in his face with that. That hurt. But we got like 6 messages. Let's see what we talking about here.
Now, I don't really know this Trump guy, but personally, I think he's done a great job. If you look at his track record, he has exonerated more people of color than any other president and received zero press. It's true. He received zero press for it. He changed systematic racism that prevailed around the drug offenses. If you're a nonviolent offender, then Trump gave you a second chance, which a lot of people needed. They needed a second chance. They were having their lives ruined because the government and the justice system were out to get him, and it was a disgrace. But Trump, for whatever reason, thought it would be a nice thing to change the way young men and women are treated for their future for minor offenses. It's ridiculous. Minor offenses, and they want to put them in jail.
Yo.
Fake news.
Okay, this is for Ruth. Yeah, I didn't let you. This wasn't an invitation or anything. You kind of, hop on my wave, so you just got to ride the wave. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I influenced you to come in here. I was just doing my thing, and yes, the universe came together where we, came through with our homegirl and say my new homeboy. But this is not on me. This is on you. Blame the universe. Blame everything else, but don't blame Kevin.
Hey, you feel that, but you could be a blame player.
I
That's what
would
it's
say the
gonna be.
worst advice me ever get in terms of relationship was from my ex-best friend when she tell me, say,
Lord.
I must stay with the man because me and him in David for a long time. Who gonna stay with a man just because we David for a long time? Look, if he not work, left him. Simple.
I
Hold on.
agree. That was
If she,
J.A.
if
That
he,
was Jamaica's finest.
if he don't work for a long time,
Yeah, so basically her old best friend was telling her to stay with the man just because they've been with each other for a long time. But a lot of women do that. And they're going to wear them down.
well, are you happy with him though?
This is a question I have. We was talking about reparations earlier. Do you think reparations should come in the form of credit and land rather than money?
Yes.
Nah, fuck no, not credit,
What?
not credit, not credit. No, not credit. Cash and land, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Amazon stock and land, I'm okay with that. Like, but not credit. No, no,
Hey,
no, 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 no.
you can't give people who never had money real money.
They never should have gave you niggas money.
Fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up. You have to.
What you think they're gonna do with the credit? They gonna mess that credit up way before they mess that money up. Promise you that.
I'm more looking at this land though.
I'm with the land. That's like land and cash. You give me land and cash, I handle the rest.
I like this land. I don't know about the credit, but I just know what happens when you give people who ain't never seen money.
Man, who you telling? Man, be gone in a
Hey,
heartbeat.
love y'all niggas. Love y'all.
Hey, we love you too, man. We gotta start saying that
I
more
still
often to
love
each other.
y'all. I still love y'all.
That man is high as a kite.
That is
Baylor
so
2.0.
true. Like, I don't believe in holding anything. It's funny. I had a friend of mine who gave me, I think he called himself giving us advice, which I was like, well, okay. Well, I mean, you're not even close to being in our situation, or not even knowing what that looked like. But okay, I'll listen. Maybe you see something I don't see. So he's like, you got to stop nagging. You got to stop nagging Kevin. And I'm like, so me trying to tell my husband about us getting organized, and me seeing him like not, like just kind of not putting things in priority, like prioritizing things, is nagging. I have a vision. We have a vision. And my job as his wife is to make sure we get this vision. That's the job of every wife, is to make sure their husband is able to fulfill the vision that they both had planned and talked to about each other. What do you mean nagging? Like, get out of here. Now, there is some
Hey,
nagging, but there's a difference.
okay. So I'm not even gonna get into that, but I agree with you. Whatever you talking about, I'm agree with you.
Hey.
Nah,
Yes, I mean I'm definitely not on board with reparations being in the form of money, because that's just a stimulus program. That money is going to be gone in about a year or two, right back to Walmart and everywhere else. So I feel you on the money part.
hey, hey, I can point with that stimulus money right now in my
Listen,
house. I
they
went
ain't
and
no.
cashed that out. I made sure not to transfer it to any other account. I got it in cash, and I put that thing in a certain place. Because you know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna use it, and I don't want them taking it back, because we just cashed it out. I mean, like, just cashed it out. But I'm like, nah. But it's education. Now I would trade credit in for education, free education. Give
Oh
me
yeah,
property and free education.
I
Actually,
feel like
we did an
people.
episode about this, about Juneteenth. Shout out, Texas representative. But
Yeah.
we talked about reparations. Give me free education for at least about 4 generations, like they do with the Native Americans. You get free education as long as you're part of a tribe here in America. A lot of people don't know that.
Have
But
free education and pay no taxes. Fuck you mean?
I'm with that.
No taxes.
I can see both ways. I can see why the cash would be beneficial because, I mean, it's a debt. It's time to pay the debt. There's not there was never going to be a time where we were not going to get reparations. The debt has to be paid. It's just
Yes,
karmic
thank you.
energy. It just has to
Thank
happen.
you.
But I
Until
do
you
think
do
there should
right
be
by
some
me.
kind of strings attached. Like, some people do need to be on credit. Some people need to be able to earn what they earn. And you just can't be, well, you know what? I don't know. Because you know what? If your ancestor toiled, just give them to them. Whatever they do with it, that's on them. They can't blame nobody else then after that. I guess that's the clearest way to have the clean slate. Look, we repaid back this debt. And if you squandered it, that's on you.
But that's why I say education. Like credit, they go find a way to jip us on credit. I know that. And jip us. I shouldn't say jip. I apologize. That's the wrong thing to say. I found that out recently.
Oh Lord.
Hey, you gotta
I don't know why
mature.
we're talking about a stimulus right now. I'm
Core.
reading that the topic is what's the worst advice you ever got? # relationship. So to answer that question and to not randomly talk about other shit that I really don't want to hear at 2 in the goddamn morning, the worst ever advice that I got was when I was still really new at having sex, didn't really know what I was doing. I was really stupid and scared to like really put myself out there. There was this guy and he thought that I should, just go to his car with him. We were at the club. I was with 2 of my friends, people who I thought were friends, but they really weren't. And I turned to my so-called best friend and I said, "Girl, should I go with him? What do you think?" Thinking she's going to be like, "Nah, stupid." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I can't leave my friends."
What?
Well,
I'm,
she goes, well, ask him how big his dick is.
No.
So I ask him, and he tells me, and I tell her, and she goes, ooh, yeah, go do that. So I'm like, fuck, I have no excuses. Mind you, I was still young and stupid and felt like for some reason I needed an excuse instead of just not fucking wanting to. So my dumb ass went with him. I mean, like, everything is fine, you know. I'm fine. Nothing, like, so fucking traumatizing or anything happened. But it wasn't a good choice. And I should have never listened to her. Like, that's not a way to decide if you should go with somebody and be with somebody or not. It's dumb.
People get married for shit like that. But go ahead.
They also get the other N word, murdered.
No, that's a good idea though. We might have we might have a new packaging deal. That's good. Not credit. Land and education. That sounds about right. Those two things are priceless, and you can't really put money tag on. I mean, you can, but it's pretty
Big shit.
valuable.
Because the most property is taken up on here in this American soil. But
FYI, there's this podcast called 1609. Y'all have to listen to it. Everybody needs to listen to it because it talks
1609.
It talks about Black families today that lost property and homes where they had land, where they had things to harvest because the banks didn't want to give them the loans before the harvest time, and they ended up losing their mortgage behind that and couldn't pass it down for generations. And that's how white bank owners and other landowners took people's land that were Black in the South. It wasn't because it was because they basically cornered them to where they couldn't make profits to go ahead and take care of their land. It's good. It's a good podcast.
Okay, I like this. Oh, I followed him.
I believe I was 19 or 20. I'm honestly not sure. I know I was under 21, but I was over 18. And I am 31 now, so that is long over, and I don't do that shit anymore, and I don't take instruction from other fucking people. I don't know why I even bothered asking her. She had more experience than I did at the time, and I thought she would give me some good advice or some shit. She did not.
I hope that.
Something. Hey, my shout out to the Divorces Plug. What is what? I'm trying to think because I said the worst advice as far as financial, just life advice. The worst dating advice have I ever received? Damn, where the worst dating advice I ever received?
I don't date.
No, this is a long time ago. Oh my gosh. Something that was real stupid my homeboys told me that backfired on me. Or home girls. I'm trying to think. I had one earlier. I'm trying to keep it where it's not too filthy. I know this is a whole different situation. Dang.
I mean,
this is something I heard was a rumor. Okay. I used to talk to older women when I was younger. And when I say older women, much older women. Like, and that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother episode that people be getting on me about. But I'm like, hey, I live my life. I learned my skills from somewhere.
Come on, Milfet.
Hmm?
You was a Milfet?
Oh man. I've always looked older than what I am. I'm 34, but I look about 46. You know what I mean?
Weird though.
But yeah, I know. Trust me, my wife always say if I shave my beard off, I would look 18. Like it's crazy how much age I look. But don't my sisters just tell me don't sleep with old women because you'll get worms. Have anyone ever heard of that before? That used to be dead serious.
I feel like my aunts might have said that before.
Like the oldest chick I talked to, the widest gap, I was 18 and she was 33.
Mm. 18 and 33. At least she wasn't like my parents.
Nah. Oh, and I realized at that age that man, women are cold blooded. That's the first time. Like I try to hit her. Hey, we can't fucking. We weren't dating anything like that. We were just fucking around.
Yeah.
And I started dating my wife, and I was like, hey, hey, I'm trying to do the whole little faithful thing. Do this, and that. It's been cool,
They
but
was
hey, we be cool. She was like, nah, we can't be cool. I just want you for your dick. I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. How dare you? I'm like, I appreciate her for being honest. I was like, I never. I'm talking about. And she was like, she added me on Facebook like this is years ago once again. But I'm like, man, crazy, crazy, crazy. And then I found out older women was going around town talking about me. They all connected. Facebook showed me they all connected with each other.
I'm done.
And my sister
I
found out
want
she'd
to
kill her
know
mom.
what's some good advice you didn't fucking listen to initially, but you learned
Ooh.
was good advice as you got older.
Leave that bitch alone. That's what I
Leave,
learned.
leave that man alone. Stop talking to him. My manager at the time told me to stop talking to him. My favorite brother told me to stop talking to him. My ex telling me don't get a credit card. I got a credit card. Shit.
Ooh. Don't the good advice I didn't listen to. Don't let a woman buy you expensive gifts.
Ooh.
Man, I learned. I still haven't. I'm married now, but I still damn near haven't learned that. It's like first I was 15, 16. Girl bought me a whole Xbox, Madden, the whole nine. I don't like. That's probably why I don't like Xbox. I only PlayStation. Bought me the whole Xbox and all that. I'm like, thank you, appreciate it. She had a little money and all that cutie pie. But as soon as like something happened, she tried to come give me back my PlayStation.
Oh
No,
no.
bitch. This is my PlayStation. It's like, it's like it does. I got a season going on right here. I have a whole franchise. You are not getting this back. I tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and this is the same girl that she used to key my name into her car and try to tell people I did it.
No.
Ooh, I mean, ooh.
Get desperate out here.
What other good advice? Get that girl from laying up under you all the time. Like, man, like I've had some possessive as shit girlfriends, man. I remember a point in my time I had like 3 girlfriends that were all in prison at the same ex-girlfriends that was in prison at the same time.
What the heck?
Man, stealing, writing bad checks, stabbing people.
White bad checks is the
I like
Midwest.
I like thug misses.
I can't. That's crazy. I wish somebody would have told me in my 20s that my 20s were my selfish years and not to be in my feelings. I wasted a lot of time in my feelings about people that don't. But you learn.
It was something, man. Not to get an STD check. I never had an STD. Thank you, Jesus. But
Me neither.
man, it was My best advice that I took was that one of my friends caught an STD. He caught that chlamydia. He caught that clap. Okay, and when I tell you, he used to tell me that stuff. It used to scare the mess out of me. Okay. Oh, and the plot thickens. Like this crazy. You hear a story from years ago, a situation that you hear about like 20 years later, and it's different now. But I continue. So, okay, it was this girl I was chatting with. I think I was telling the story recently. Like she had many pieces to her. So she was Asian and black. She was from California, LA to be exact. She got kicked out of school because she was joining gangs in LA. So her parents moved her to Texas to be with her grandmother. Okay, once again, thug misses. But like, so, but she was pretty than a motherfucker. Do this, and she had her whole little style and shit. And man, when I tell you, I was like, this is me being a junior, senior. Like, I'm like, I want to say I'm bougie, but I was like a teacher's and faculty favorite. Good kid in school. Straight A's, science club, did all this, activated, respectable young man. What they thought. I was a respectable young man, but I was fucking okay. And man, my junior year, I probably my junior year in high school, I did a lot of crazy. Like I lived a life, and um, so this chick here, I know her name. I can't remember last name. I remember her first name. So I'm like, she has some big old titties, like big old, like she had a ton of booty, but like boom. So I'm like, man, I gotta get with her. So I remember chopping up. I used to sneak through her window when she was grandma. I used to have to jump up, climb through her window, the whole nine. We be kicking in the bed, laid up. And I know this is going like once again, everything culture. These are views of my own. It's not to be racist, anything or. I'm not saying because she was Chinese. I'm not saying that at all. But man, she gave the absolute best massages in my life. Like her massages was damn near better than sex I've had with other women before at this age. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she was, I think, all nine. She was skilled. I'm like once again, wife is number one on the sex level. Old girl, I admit, this old girl, she still would be in the top five easy. Like she was, and we were being young. But all that being said, um, I was messing with her and like, this is like one of my summertime flings. Okay, like sneaking the window after I used to host parties and stuff like that. I was in high school. Come through, boom, boom, boom. We make it happen, and I'm sliding off. Okay. So I remember being algebra when this is school that came back in. I'm a senior now, and I remember no, this is still me being it was spring break. That's what happened. We were knocking it down, and spring break came along, and boom, boom, boom. We had it like every day. I'm coming through, but we come back. I'm in class, and I got my head down in my books. I'm studying. 'Cause I used to do my homework while I was in class. And I heard some dudes talking. Dudes gossip just as much as women, or even more. And some dude was talking about, man, yeah, oh, you talking about old light skinned chick? You talking about? I'm gonna change the name to protect the innocent. You talking about? I was about to say her real name. You talking about Barb? You talking about? Let me think of that. You talking about D? Dee. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. They were like, I'm listen. I'm not talking. I'm on the other side of class. Like, yeah, I heard that girl Dee. She fuck with old boy. Part of this little group. It was this little clique of dudes, and both they was called this because all the majority of them was had SC. They were burning, and they were like, yeah, she burning. She got something. I was like. And when you just doing your work, you focus on something, and somebody say something that pertains to your best interest in your health, like my antennas shot up. I'm like, what? So the other dude, because she talked a lot, they knew I was knocking her down. One of them knew it. The other one didn't know. Because once again, I'm like a prep kid. I'm kind of, I can say bougie, but I'm like, I'm in my books. I don't be doing all that. I be handling business. I work. He ain't gonna be knocking down a girl like that. She's like a city girl. Let's say that. I'm Russell Wilson knocking down a city girl. That's what it looked like. Okay. And I'm like, man, I said, I look up and old dude looked at me. He like, hey, I didn't know you was messing with her, man. I didn't not trying to talk about. I said, she ain't my girl, but thank you for saying something. So I hit her up, I kind of hit her with that, hey man, you fuck so and so, you fuck, and I didn't care who she was fucking on. So I never been one of those dudes that I didn't care about the body count. I didn't care about the quantity. I cared about the quality. Who you fucking? Okay, so you fucking this nigga out here? Oh no, you messing up for everybody. So I was like, man, she was like, trying to get mad and get defensive, and this is like, man, fuck out. And once again, I ain't about to go back and forth with you, but I had to get this test. Okay. If as a guy, fellas, men, gentlemen, follow priority mail, PRY Ority, priority mail. And this my guy Eric. He's a black nurse. He teach you about our health. What we need to do, we need to take that shit serious. Okay, that's a plug for my man right there. But
Love it.
I was scared out of it. I was scared being 16, 17, had to get an STD test, and I wasn't going to tell my aunt because I should have been knowing I'm sneaking out, sneaking in girls' windows, the whole nine. I was scared out my wits. And the STD clinic was right behind my job at Edgar's Pharmacy. So I'm like, I'll try to sneak over there. I live in a small town. Anybody can see that. What do I look like going to this clinic? You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, I'm sneaking in, going in, and it was a lot of people in there that I'm like, oh, these people don't look clean. I'm like, I'm scared. These grown folks in here, okay? And I'm like, man, I'm by myself. I said, but I'm gonna have to get this stuff done. Good. Okay, I didn't have any symptoms, but I was just worried. So they give you like consultation for this stuff, okay? So the first person come out to ask you to fill out all this paperwork. Boom, 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 fill out all the paperwork. Then somebody come out and they kind of bring you in the back. You feel like it felt like forever, but it's probably like 30 minutes, okay? I go and they're talking to me, and the lady asking me these questions and all this and all that. And the reason why I'm here, I said, I think I've had sex with someone that may have a sexually transmitted disease. And they're like, what is it? I heard it was chlamydia. It was a rumor, but I don't know if it's true, but I just want to be sure. And she like, so how many sexual partners do you have you had? And I've told her the truth. I don't know. It's like, I stopped keeping count a long time ago. And she was like, oh, you got something. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, she just straight up. So she started playing it. They gave me the whole kit and caboodle. They gave me. So first, she gave me a prescription that was going to be filled and done before I left. 'Cause it was like a pharmacy in that thing too. But they drew my blood. Then they have to see a lot of guys think, the STD they just draw your blood. No, that's like just for like AIDS and stuff like that. There's certain tests. They hit me with this Q-tip. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
So I remember going down. It's like this. It's like a circle you walk around to all these little rooms and all right. So I go to the one, and the lady was like, drop your drawers, you drop your pants, and I'm like, I ain't got no problem. Bam, you drop me, And she was like, then she turned. She had one of them little spinning chairs, them little stools. She spin around in the stool, and she got this big ass Q-tip. It was like a Q-tip from a fucking Ludacris stand up video, some shit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, like some fucking Pee Wee Herman fucking cute. What the fuck you get this shit from a carnival shit? What the fuck you about to do with that? Yeah. She was like, I gotta stick this in your penis. I'm like, you a whole lie. You a whole lie. You a whole lie. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, man, nah. She like, sorry, if you want to get the full test, you got to get it done. I like, because the paperwork say you may have chlamydia. If you want to get tested for this, it's the only way. I'm like, man, you lying. So like, she feel around on your balls in general to make sure you ain't got any warts, anything of that nature. And man, when she stuck that shit up my dick, when I'm talking about the clarity, like I think that's the closest I've been to Jesus in some time, man. I'm like, man, I'm talking about it was just like a feeling you never felt before. You feel me? But I went out and the last thing they gave me, because once again, they already filled my prescription, okay? So I was like, okay. They gave me this white, milky substance, like medicine. That was the nastiest shit. I'm like, I took that. It took like 2 days for that shit to get out of my damn mouth. And then the waiting part started. We see the messages, y'all. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all the claps and all that. Once again, 713 Drake. She gets his pod. Thank y'all for being here with us tonight. But when I tell you the wait was hell. Because no, it's not like my results didn't come in. My young 17, 18-year-old bitch ass was scared to hear the results. So they were like, call, and I wouldn't answer. I would expect, you didn't have call ID. I would expect they wouldn't call the house when they called my cell phone. But I was nervous. So I'd be trying to ignore it. Then one day, them sons of bitches sent a letter to the damn house. And I'm like, you motherfuckers sending a letter. I'll be sending no mail to my address. So, and the letter wasn't like, oh, these are your results. No, the letter was like, hey, give us a call. So I had a man up. This is like maybe like a Wednesday night. It was like clear. It was like, okay, you got to do a call. I was like, man, I prayed, God, whatever it is. Hopefully, it's all negative. This woman here, she was a queen troll. She on here. Well, no, Mr. Drake. As you see here, you came here because of this reason, blah 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 blah, and you were tested for this, and this. So your test for chlamydia negative. Your test for syphilis negative. Your test for herpes and warts negative. Your test for like HIV. Like she read every single one down the list like that. Like the whole, and she like, you're negative for everything. You're good to go. I'm like, you bitch. I'm talking about, man. I had one more test after that. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be with one woman. I'm good. I can't deal with all this shit. I don't want. Can't deal with all that. Can't deal with all that. That's a story time for the night, y'all. Get checked. Know your spot.
Don't ever go. And a lot of men today, and I hope they don't do it, but I know they do. They expect the
woman to go.
The main chick that they're fucking, as long as her shit is clear, your shit is clear.
That's some wild shit right there. That's some bad advice.
Listen, they don't like that.
That's some bad advice. Because, I'm telling you, I've heard stories. Oh, I went to go get checked the second time, and I thought I had something. My stomach was hurting. Kind of find out I wasn't drinking enough water. I had a UTI. I needed to drink a bunch of cranberry juice and water.
I heard about my first UTI from one of my exes when I was in college, which is crazy because I always have like an informative mom, and that man sat in that car and he explained it to me. I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like a kid.
Man, sometimes it's necessary.
I was like, I feel so broken.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear these comments. What's up,
yeah,
y'all?
I feel. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna mess up. I think it was Core. I do feel you on the bad advice by girlfriends in high school. Like I all my friends are whores. That was what it was. They were proud about it. They were liberated. They were free, and that's just what they did. And they always was trying to get some kind of dick in me, and I was like, I don't want it. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm all right. And they will always just try to get a penis in me. And I was like, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm all right. Several of them we drove them to the clinics a couple times to get tested. So I was like, so y'all want me to do this? He said, you want me to burn? No, I'm good. I'm not burning with y'all. I'm good.
No.
Let it burn.
Sometimes it's not some man that's trying to turn you out or a woman. Sometimes it's your buddies, your associates that's trying to turn you out.
Hey. Everything my mom said, I hate to admit it, but everything she ever told me about relationship shit, or like the fact that she said I could come to her about anything, I didn't take her up on it, and I should have. And then like I didn't sign up for financial aid like I should have, because I didn't realize that I could literally get grants for my first couple years.
I was
and never
king
have to
of
pay those
financial
back.
aid.
Now I have way more debt than I should have had because I didn't sign up until after the threshold. Wow. Man, so much shit, bro. So much shit.
Financial aid know my name.
Anybody out there, listen to your motherfucking parents, bro. Listen to your motherfucking parents. I know there's kids on here. Y'all not supposed to be on here. Maybe you should follow some rules a little bit better. Listen to your goddamn parents.
Pass her the plate. Well,
like
everybody parent don't know what they talking about though, but yeah, most of them listen to your parent most of the time.
If they got good sense.
The worst advice I ever got was, "Girl, let me deposit this check into your account." No, because I can't deposit it in my other account because it takes too long for it to wait. Yeah, and then now I'm in the damn office with the bank people calling my damn daddy. and them telling him that I got all this money in my account that's fraudulent. And I'm looking at her, she looking at me, and I'm looking at the bank people. I'm looking at her, we all looking at each other.
I can't.
And I'm like,
got your ass in an entanglement.
I thought we was ride or die. And everybody else was like, girl, you ain't know you can't have nobody deposit no check into your account like that. I ain't know. I was like 17 years old. I ain't know no better. Don't deposit no checks for nobody.
Okay, we getting life lessons. We doing life lessons tonight.
The episode today on ride or die and the fact that men don't classify as ride or die in the sense that women classify as ride or die, because men, maybe they might be foolish, but men be knowing their threshold on how long they about to stay around with your bullshit.
I disagree. You see, you think of ride or die for a woman. A man would ride or die for another man before they ride or die for a woman, though. I tell you that.
Right, yes. But at the same time,
I am neither.
No ride or die man that's going to stick around in a relationship, do everything for you in the household, pay bills half for you while you cheat on him and disrespect him out in the open, embarrass him, and have a kid on them and have them raise that kid and take care of that kid. Men are not going to stick around for that bullshit. Not for a second time, not for a third time, not for a fourth time, but a lot of women will. And I feel like that ride or die mentality has a lot of women stuck.
Speak your shit.
The only time a ride or die mentality works is in a friendship where y'all are both evolving to be better. That shit should have no place in a toxic relationship where there's complete disrespect.
Okay. Let's hear these guys. I'm gonna come back to that.
By the time you hear this, I'll have already been gone because I need to make a phone call. Yes, at 2:30 in the goddamn morning. It's actually a video call from one of my best friends. We gonna talk for a second. But I just want to let you know, I know a dirty ass, foul ass bitch. She cheated on her man. She caught the clap. I would clap for you, but I can't because I have to hold down this goddamn button. She caught the clap. She got with her man. She gave him the clap. No. She went and got cured. Forgot that she had given her man the clap before she got cured because she's a stupid bitch. Got the clap from him again.
No.
Blamed him.
No.
And then he was like, oh, I don't know how that happened. I'm sorry. And then they both got cured. Don't you think it's a little weird that he wasn't concerned?
Because he was fucking awesome and that's what she deserved.
No, he's stupid. He's stupid.
He was fucking awesome and he couldn't see past the fact that I wasn't the one that gave it to you.
Man, nah. I'm telling you, that could be it. That could be it too. I won't rule that out. But man, I know some guys that do some stupid stuff. Like, hold on. What we were just talking about? What was the topic before? I just forget that. Well, it was something else I wanted to pin. That somebody bringing up was ride or die for friends.
Yes. That if they're evolving, don't forget to add that shit in there. We ain't ride or dying for people who are not growing. We're not doing that.
As in, he might have been cheating too.
See?
And didn't know he caught it. See? And then he didn't ask, because he didn't ask her what the fuck she was doing.
Right.
So, look, they was both some cheating hoes. But she was just a dirty, dirty bitch regardless.
Y'all need better friends.
Hey, so crazy story. Obviously, I came up in public school where when they make you take the sex education course, they don't teach you a damn thing. So, I started shaving later in life. So as a grown-ass man, I'm shaving and stuff, I'm mustaching. I'd always break out around my lip. Around my lip area, my mustache area. And since they ain't teach us a damn thing, I'm thinking, oh shit, it's herpes. I just moved to Atlanta. I've been kissing random bitches and shit. I go to the fucking place to get an STD test. The woman looked at it, she's like, yeah, it probably is herpes. I'm crying and shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Next thing I know,
You feel me?
5 long ass business days later, the results come back completely fucking negative. She didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. It pissed me off, but I was also happy too. So.
Yeah, hey, I feel you, Mr. Man, right? Because I'm not the only. I'm talking about this lady straight wrote me out like, you got something. What? What? Huh? Huh? What? Had me hyperventilating. What you mean?
The first time I shaved my punani, I thought I killed it. I was like, why am I on fire? I pulled down my drawers in my mom's kitchen, like, what's going on? Like, tell me answers right now.
Oh my God. Man. But okay. It's crazy. And Corey, is that her name? Corey? Corey? I'm gonna call her Corey. Yeah. So Corey, where you from, Corey? I got questions because that sounds like almost the same situation my buddy dealt with. Because he, like, I'm telling you, this is something that, okay, he was dating this girl. Now he was fucking out. He was fucking, like, once again, we had a crazy summer. We were fucking a lot of girls, having crazy things. I don't know how many people hear this, but we had something called Friday night head night, where we always drive around. We find a group of girls, maybe one or two, and every single Friday for like a whole summer, we were getting fellatios. It was wild shit. Okay. But anyway, he to the point that he used to do a little bit more than we did. Like that, his main thing, always chasing around doing this. Once again, I'd say my junior year was wild, and what you say?
I said, I see.
Okay, so it was one moment that he got his girl got sick on her birthday, blah, blah, had to go to the hospital, find out with her parents, find out she got an STD. Boom. And she freaking out. He felt horrible, felt sick, this, and that. He felt completely guilty. This guilt rolled for him for years. He stopped fucking around, did all this, and that, and, end up marrying the girl. While getting married, she cheated on him a whole lot, and that I ain't gonna go into detail about that. But once again, this was years ago. This is high school when this shit happened. He found out maybe last year, in 2019, 2020, that she caught that shit from somebody else.
No. Oh God, what did he do?
He can't do nothing now. They grown, got kids together. They've been divorced. But it was like it was like when I think of what's that song? What International plays the anthem? If that bitch do you dirty, we'll wipe the hell out like detergent. I still need to wipe her ass out. That's okay. Messages.
Just like disgust like that. That's different.
Nigga, where did you grow up? Friday night head night. Damn.
Listen.
I'm not a man that won't admit when he's met his shortcomings in life, but damn, nigga, like, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta learn something from you. Bow down to a player greater than myself. Damn, nigga.
Man, like, it was like, I'm telling you, it was to the point that we thought this was normal. We thought that everybody having their own rendezvous and stuff on the Fridays and weekends. It was every time one of our parents would be out of town. So we always had an empty house where we can just bring a bunch of girls over. And I'm telling you this, so if y'all young, y'all ain't gonna know what this is. Let me give you a little history lesson. I wish I had some music I can play for y'all right now. It used to be this place called Blockbuster. It was like Netflix, but with video cassettes and DVDs. You would go there, rent them, and you had to return them later on.
On time.
But you're on time. And be kind and rewind. Okay? Yeah. And I remember we used to come with all these cheesy lines. I mean, I had this one line that used to work. Oh my God, it was crazy. We used to pull up to the movie theater. And it would be people, be some cute girls coming from out of town. Once again, small town, but we were the city. We were a small city around a bunch of other small towns. And they'd be waiting in the movie theater and waiting in line. And I will pull up. Hey, so I know y'all trying to watch something here. We don't know what y'all trying to watch, but hey, how about you hop in with us and we'll make it a blockbuster night? When I tell you the shit that used to work,
Oh God.
crazy. I'm like, and I'm looking back now, like how the it was. This was before Netflix and chill. That was basically it, and it always came through. But and that's what I think I said before. It's like my sexual experience was much different. It's hard. It was hard for me to go when I hear women don't do certain things. That's why I'm like, hey, I respect it. Hey, do your thing, but it's not my cup of tea. The first
Yeah.
time I received a fellatio, I got the whole nine, everything, and I'm like, yeah, it's hard to go. It's like when you eat steak for the first time and you have like wagyu, you know,
Yeah.
A5, you know,
Yeah.
and it's hard for you to eat a steak from Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? What is this? You know? What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh man.
I'm sorry to interrupt y'all, but I'm new to this app and I don't know how to use this shit. Can anyone like help me out, please?
What's
Once
up?
again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I just need a little bit of help.
What's good on board?
Use your fingers and you swipe left and right to get into other conversations. If you like discussion that's being discussed, you can clap with the clap hands that you see. If you want to leave a comment in the conversation, you hit the speaker button. If you want to share, follow, just click the icons and it'll tell you what it does. But welcome.
What's up? Follow us.
Yeah.
Get around it now.
I cannot.
You from South Florida? Is that where you're from? Because that sounds like some shit that goes down in South Florida. There's some nastiness that goes down in South Florida. I mean, straight up like hotel parties where people just naked. You're like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Why is everybody come out this room naked? I thought we was playing Monopoly. I thought we was playing spades. And there's people just come out the rooms naked, just waiting for somebody to come and take them in the room. You must be from Florida.
Ma'am, I am from Texas. Texas represents.
Hey, bro, can you not mention Blockbuster? I got arrested inside one and it brings bad back memories.
Oh, no. Please elaborate.
How? That's the question. How did this happen? It's a blockbuster. We're gonna make this a blockbuster night. I mean, I guess you gotta know your crowd.
Hey, it was smooth. Back then it was smooth. Baby, it was smooth.
Yeah.
That blockbuster night line sound like the mood though. Like that sound like it worked all the time. Like yeah, I can hear that.
That is trash.
It was great.
I think he was having a vampire moment because the name On Board and that question, y'all are just baited right into that one. He's gonna have y'all just explain this whole thing. There's a show called, what is it called? After the What We Do in the Dark on FX with these vampires, and there's a dude that's a vampire, but he don't suck blood, he just suck energy. That's what that guy's doing.
I thought he was about to suck something else. Okay.
Where I grew up, Hollywood Video was our go-to. And every week, that's what we did. We went, and I would rent. I'd rent the Let's Get Ready to Rumble, the boxing video game on PlayStation 1. Yeah, good memories, man.
Take it back. Yeah. We had a Hastings, Hollywood Video, Blockbuster. I think that's mainly it. But man, when I tell you, I'm telling you that line used to hit though, man. It used to be like, wonder how those people doing.
See, y'all don't know about the Blockbuster night, honey. It went down. That bitch was way better than Netflix and chill. I'm gonna tell you that, because you actually had to put forth effort. You had to get off your ass, go get you a goddamn movie. They had candy and shit in there. If you wanted to buy that, or if you wanted to go to your local gas station, the shit was lit. And in Blockbuster, honey, It was basically like in living color Tinder, boo, because everybody was in there. If you went on a Friday night or a Saturday night, all the niggas was in there and all the bitches was in there, honey. Take your pick.
I'm gonna have to follow her. She knows what she's talking about right there. See, she come, and I can tell she come from a small town too, because there's no clubs. But man, yeah, because there's no clubs in small towns, small cities. You go to Walmart, Blockbuster, the movie theater, and that's where you pick up because there's nowhere to go.
A lot of people hung out at
Walmart. Wally World.
We would just be on the stoop watching everybody.
Oh yeah, we didn't have stoops. I learned about stoops from Hey Arnold, and it was stoop being scared to get out of school. Oh my god! But man, okay. What'd you say?
This was a good show.
Oh yeah. But if I don't know, we're gonna do ride or die friends and snitches.
We can put a bookmark in it.
Okay, I like it.
But I am going to stop Ride or Die episode probably Friday.
Okay. Man, you be doing it, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy all of this.
We got over here.
Make it a blockbuster night. I guess when you think about it, blockbuster night does sound interesting. It sounds like it's about to be live. I guess she was like, "Damn, what's that gonna be like?" And what was that like? You haven't explained what the blockbuster night was.
Oh, what is that? Man. Unfortunately, once again, this is gonna be like thing. Like some took a little bit more. Man, I'm trying to, because I'm not trying. I usually say I don't want to sound like a fuck boy, but it could be some fuck shit. Like, because this
is your past, so don't feel.
I know it's my past, but it's like I had game. There's a lot of people that's what be killing me now. When guys like it's no good women, y'all ain't got no type of game, youngster. Y'all don't know how to talk to women. Y'all don't know how to make a woman smile. You don't know how to make her feel confident. What the hell wrong with y'all? Y'all don't deserve. And that's why I would say a lot of men. When you did the show with Mike, and he want guys to get it. I'm like, I want them, but a lot of guys don't deserve it. That's why I'm like, a lot of guys don't deserve a woman's time. They just need to focus on themselves, okay? But a blockbuster night was like, think about it. Somebody like, hey man, you about to go in here, you about to pay this money for this movie ticket. You want to pay for some popcorn, maybe some candy, something like that. You got to be around all these people loud. The movie I heard is not even that good. But people, hey, you don't know us. We cool people. I'm Drake. This so and so, or like say we can go. You like, hey, they had to get in the car with us, but follow us. We gonna be over here. This is where we at. We can go to, hey, we got Blockbuster, we got this movie, watch your favorite. Let's say because you don't even know this movie, we can watch your favorite movie, what you want to watch. Hey, we can get something to eat, we can order a pizza, and we can chop it up together. What you think?
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, splash. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well. I'm not from a small town. I'm from Decatur, Georgia. Hey. But where I lived at, it was one right in this shopping plaza up the street. That was kind of on the main road, Candler Road. It was kind of on that main road. So everybody knew where to go on Friday. You seen all your little high school friends up in there, and then you seen all the other high school dudes from the other high schools, honey. Like I said, it was like Neapolitan ice cream in there. If you like chocolate, it was there. Strawberry, it was there. Well, I don't know about no fucking strawberry, but it was. Listen, you had your pick of the litter.
She showed left out vanilla. She didn't even say vanilla. Okay, not even no consideration.
All right, beautiful people. I'm gonna go to put it to bed. Love y'all for what you do. Keep doing it, and I will catch you on another episode, one of your other episodes, or maybe we might have an episode. I don't know. Whenever we have the time, but it's been great, and thank you for bringing some smiles and some delights to our night. Good night.
Good night.
Night, y'all.
This is my phone. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, good night.
That shit's so cute.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I really enjoyed this show. We transitioned like about 4 times.
Hey, and we did a beautiful job doing so. You know, that's how good conversations roll.
That's right. I appreciate it. So till next time.
Till next time, you know, once again, Drake 713 or Mr. D 713 with Everything Culture. Make sure to follow us on all platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We need you. We love you. Check us out on Instagram as well as on Twitter at EveryTHG Culture.
And they do lives.
Hold on. Oh yeah. On Sunday we do a live through Zoom. You get to see our face. You get to, if you got an opinion, let us know. We always do a recap of our previous episode. So check us out.
Yes, and check out She Gets It Podcast, #She Gets It Pod, and Twitter, IG, She Gets It Pod @gmail.com. If you want to email me, I'm always willing to share information. Check out She Gets It on Teespring for merch. I will be back. Ooh, we have a message.
Worst advice I ever got, probably be, hey, you should vote for Donald Trump. He's awesome.
And with that,
thank you. You win. You win. All right. Good night.